survivors. Preparations begin for a relief column, but Brighton already knows the truth. There is no one left to relieve. An hour later, General Sale sits beside his cot. "Tell me what happened from the beginning." So Brighton tells him everything. The cantonment McNaughton's murder, the decision to trust Akbar Khan, the retreat through Kabul, the ambushes, the massacre in the Kurd Kabul pass 3,000 dead in one day, the hostages taken, the final collapse of the column. He speaks without emotions, just facts, numbers, events. When he finishes, Sale is silent. 16,000, he finally says. "The largest British force in Afghanistan gone." "Yes, sir, and you are the only one who made it through so far," Brighton replies quietly. Sale stares out the window at the mountains. "When London hears of this, there will be investigations. Someone will be blamed. The people responsible are dead," Brighton answers. Sale turns back. "Then they will blame Afghanistan, and we will return with more troops and more guns." Brighton thinks of the passes, the winter, the tribesmen who melt into the hills. "We'll try," he says. But Afghanistan doesn't lose. It just waits. Over the next days, a few survivors trickle in: an Indian sepoy who hid in a cave for 3 days, 2 privates who pretended to be dead, an Afghan guide who blended into the tribes. In total, fewer than a dozen soldiers reach Jalalabad on their own. Of the 16,500 who left Kabul on January 6, 1842, fewer than 100 will ever see freedom again. Brighton becomes the face of the disaster. Newspapers call him the sole survivor of Kabul. The image spreads across India and Britain: an exhausted, bloodied man arriving alone at Jalalabad, with the message that an entire army has vanished. On January 20th, General Sale summons him. "Dr. Brighton, you are being sent back to India to recover and deliver a full report." "What about the hostages, sir?" "An army of retribution is being assembled. General Pollock will march in spring, but that is no longer your concern. You have done your part." Brighton leaves Jalalabad 2 days later, riding back through the Khyber Pass, the same mountains that swallowed 16,000 lives. He carries letters from home, medical notes and memories he will never escape. By February, news reaches London. The public is furious. Parliament demands answers. How could an entire army be destroyed? Who was responsible? The dead are blamed: McNaughton for trusting Akbar Khan, Elphinstone for weak leadership, Shelton for arrogance. This time they are prepared, well supplied, disciplined, supported by artillery. The Khyber Pass is forced in 3 days.